until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it faith. Striking words of wisdom from Carl Jung. You're welcome to Conversations with Michael Ogunshola, the peak performance strategist. This is Attaining Peak Performance. On the conversation today, we will be considering a very powerful subject, a concept that literally governs the outcome of our life. What is that concept? Please don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you have not done that already. So what is that concept? The concept we are talking about is how to use your imagination. Imagination is an underrated subject that a lot of people have trivialized. And as a matter of fact, it is your greatest asset. Why so? You see, the concept of imagination, when we look at it critically, it can be classified under our higher faculties. Humans are not designed to engage or relate with the world through our five senses alone. Otherwise, we will be like the animals. We as human beings are created fundamentally in God's image. And I always tell people, what does it mean to be created in God's image? Part of what that means largely is that you have the ability to imagine things into reality. You have the ability, you have this imaginative power. And that is why, for me, the scripture that says, and God said, let us make man in our own image, is the most powerful scripture, because it makes me understand that like God, the master creator that created me, I am a creator. I also can create. So somebody will ask, what is imagination? In simple terms, you can just say imagination is your ability to capture pictures through your mind's eye. It is the mental picture of things that you see within, and eventually you will bring them out. Imagination is a part of your higher faculty that you use to visualize images internally. Those images are intangible, but they can create tangible results. If they are well organized, they will create tangible results. So we are talking about, how do I use my imagination? You see, your imaginative power is your greatest asset. When you go to the first world and the advanced countries, as we call them, when you go to big organizations, when you go to great homes, anywhere you go to, that you see excellence, that you see mind-boggling results. Say, for instance, Dubai, that houses the tallest building. You know why those things are there? It is because those people are engaging the power of imagination. Through their imagination, they are able to think a thing, to conceive an idea, brood on that idea, and make it come to pass. And they go ahead and create it. So, if at all you want to be exceptional, if you want to be a person of excellence, if you want to be a peak performer, as it were, you must understand this concept. Not just understand it, but you must know how to utilize it. So how do I use my imagination? First of all, I want you to see your imagination like a seed you are sowing. The process of imagining things can be likened to the process of sowing seed. So what am I saying? Let's do this exercise. Just close your eyes, and let's say you desire a promotion. If you desire a promotion, let's put that activity into action in our imagination. What are the things you expect when you get promoted? You will be congratulated. While your eyes is closed, just imagine this. Imagine that you have received that promotion. See yourself in that bigger office. See yourself flying that first class that comes with the promotion. The joy that comes with this new status. Just feel the emotion. Just feel it. Then say to yourself, I am happy and grateful for this promotion. Open your eyes. Now, when you look at this exercise we just did, you can use this exercise to create anything. For me, because our goal, the first milestone in the journey as the YouTuber is to hit 100 subscribers. And the next milestone is to hit 1,000 subscribers. I use this imagination to hit my first milestone. I hit my first milestone. Again, I'm using this imagination to hit the next milestone. So, the idea of seeds and gestation period must be well understood if you want to manifest anything in the form. The kind of seed you sow will determine your waiting period. Part of what I'm saying is, if you practice this exercise I just shared with you, it is life-changing. You can use it to manifest anything. Is it a dream job? Is it a spouse? Is it a house? Is it a landed property? You just go ahead and imagine that thing into reality. But this is what you must understand. We live in a three-dimensional world. So when you begin the process of imagination, know that it is a part of the puzzle. It is not the whole puzzle. Because along the line, some people quit when they are closer to their manifestation. And when I say we live in a three-dimensional world, it simply means that the things you imagine will come to you, or they will come in a space of time. For you, it's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. Because you are working with an infallible principle. Principles are universal. Experiences are peculiar. What we share on this platform are principles. So if you engage the power of imagination using this first lesson I just shared with you, this is what you will notice. Because you live in a three-dimensional world, part of what three-dimensional world means is you have the superconscious, you have the unconscious, and you have the conscious. The superconscious is the place where you are going to imagine. It's spirit form. It is unseen. The unconscious is the next level where you will begin to say what you have seen. And the last state of the three-dimensional world you live in is the conscious, and that is when it becomes being or when it becomes experience. Can you see the cycle of creation? We create realities, my dear viewer. And so I am telling you, if you go to work with this principle, I don't know what you desire. I don't know what you want to achieve. You just have to follow this process. You sow the seed, and in the fullness of time, you will see it manifest. Let me make you even understand this very concept the more. So when you look at the Tower of Babel, for instance, just understanding the concept of imagination. They came together and they said, let us burn bricks. Let us build a tower that will reach up to the high heavens. They were imagining it and they were saying it. However, they also went to work. They began to burn the bricks. Interestingly, God said, let us go and see what the sons of men are doing. And when God came to see that concept they are imagining, God said, this that they have imagined to do, nobody will stop them, nothing will stop them, that they will do it. And that was why we know the rest of the story. God scattered their language, and that was the only reason why they couldn't do it. Now, quick lesson on how to use your imagination as regards those Hebrew experience in the Bible. Number one, they imagined it. Number 2, they said it. And number 3, they went to work, they began to burn bricks. However, God saw that which they have said has happened. And that is it. You see, God is in the realm of superconscious. And that is why God, in his own creation, in Genesis, God said, let there be, and there was. Because God collapsed time. But you, as human, you live in a 3-dimensional world. I told you there is superconscious, there is the unconscious, and there is the conscious. I told you there is the saying, there is the seeing, there is the doing. The most important part, just as important as the imagination, is the doing. There is the action component for you to reap from your imagination. Just like the seed sown. When a seed is sown, you don't go to sleep as a farmer. And that is where we all miss it. When you want to do a thing, when you want to achieve a thing, if for instance you're an entrepreneur and you have a global vision for your brand and it has not even done local impact yet, don't lose the sight of the global vision. In as much as you are holding that global dream, make the local impact. Let the local impact be felt by the way you deliver exceptional value to your audience. Be the best creator of that product. Deliver an exceptional service. The way you carry yourself. If you have imagined yourself being promoted, what are the requirements for the promotion to be given to you? What are the requirements for that trip abroad to be granted you? You have imagined that you are flying first class. The question I have for you is, do you even have a passport? Those are the action components. Have you sought to go for your visa? These are the things that are within your ability and capacity to do. Imagination is the first part. Doing is another part. But what I want you to know is practice this exercise. See your imagination as sowing a seed, and in the fullness of time, you will harvest it. If you're receiving value, please don't receive it alone. Do well to like, share, and subscribe if you have not done that. And tell somebody else to practice these 3. Let them like, share, and subscribe. So coming back to the conversation, how to use your imagination to work for you. Understand this. You have a duty to imagine your future into reality. So what am I saying? When you look at the great athletes, there is something about them that makes them great. They have this ability to visualize before a main game. It was Novak Djokovic that said before a tournament, he sees himself being decorated as the winner of the tournament. And somebody would ask, this is a tournament that he's about to go into, but he already sees himself being decorated as the winner. Because he has had that imagination, his outer world will make sure that that imagination he has comes to pass. Because that's exactly what our outer world does. Our outer world always looks for a way to give us evidence of what is happening in our inner world. But these things happens in processes and in stages. So part of what I'm saying is, in my own experience, as an individual that goes to work daily, I'm a business person. Beyond coaching and speaking, I still do business. Before I go to do the day's business, I have a figure I expect to generate. I have a certain number of revenue. I have a certain amount I expect to generate for that day's income. When I program my mind, when I visualize myself, I see myself earning that amount and even more. And more often than not, I always come back and recount my gains and recount that figure and even more, because I have programmed my mind ahead of the day. And that's what I am giving to you. That's the tool I am giving to you. As you go to do the day's work, see yourself, getting that which you desire to get, and then go to work to create it, because there is always the imagination part and the doing part. Now, I want you to know this. Everything in life is created twice. Look around you. All of the conveniences you have in your home is a product of somebody's imagination. The utensils in your kitchen is a product of somebody's imagination. We are able to fly because somebody imagined it. Technologies are mind-boggling. People imagine it into reality. Everything is created twice. The challenge I am putting to you is, whatever you see in your life right now is either you have accepted it as your reality or you tolerated it and that is why it's in your life. You have created it, as a matter of fact. You created it both conscious or unconscious. Either you created it or you allow people to create it for you, and you are now a victim of that reality. If you want to be a peak performer, if you want to experience peak performance in reality, don't live life as an afterthought. Don't be a victim of other people's actions and inaction. Be deliberate about creating your life. You have a duty to say to yourself, whatever I see in my life that I do not want, I will imagine it out, and then I will get it out. And whatever I see that I am yet to attract in my life, I will imagine it in, and I will go ahead and do the work that requires its manifestation. If you do this, I can assure you that you will indeed enjoy a great life. Because, like Carl Jung said, when you do not direct the unconscious will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Most of the time, what we call fate is ignorance. What we call destiny is indecision. Make a decision to be great and go to work to become great. And I can assure you, you will be great. I remember Michael Ogunshola, the peak performance strategist, saying, peak performance, it is possible.